guys, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. Today I'm using products that are pretty much just need a little bit more love in my collection. And so today I thought I would just sit down and do a get ready with me with stuff that I've been loving and stuff that I've been neglecting. So recently I did a video about my perfect fall palette. So this is a combination of singles from Devinah, Geek, and Copacetic Cosmetics and Dandelions Cosmetics. And I made a little fall or spooky season 9-pan palette. So I just wanted to play with these today because I really wanted to use it this fall and I haven't really. So I thought I would just get into that. And maybe just talk a little bit about some stuff. So I've already done my eyebrows and primed my eyes. I'm going to start off going into Makeup Geek's Frappe, which is my perfect crease color. Just something about this year that I've been appreciating the fall weather so much. I've been appreciating watching the leaves change and the wind blowing, and sometimes it's been a little cooler than I'd like, sometimes it's been a little bit warmer than I'd like, but I've just been enjoying being outside and being able to see all those changes. Not feeling like the world's gonna end. I don't know if we'll ever not feel like that ever again, but this fall has been really sort of it's been a little bit healing for me, and I've just really appreciated that. So I thought I would just do a little bit of a fall look. And of course, as you get older, it's hard to reckon with the fact that time just keeps going faster and faster and faster. So of course I feel like October hasn't even started and we're all the way into it. Only like a week or so left before Halloween. Gonna go in with this matte Dandelion Cosmetics Blue Note just on the outer V. Decided to take some time off starting next week so that I can just sort of fully enjoy the fall weather. It's going to be cooler, but I'm going to, I think, enjoy that. And take a lot of walks, and I think I've just been enjoying taking more walks and enjoying coffee shops and that sort of coziness. And I get a lot of wanderlust this time of year, and I am thinking back to when I went to Europe a few years ago and just huddling down in the coffee shops like in Copenhagen and like watching the leaves fall, or you know, when I went to Amsterdam, watching the leaves fall into the canal. And so that's all just sort of, I mean, it's recent nostalgia, but it is super very nostalgic to me. And of course Halloween was always like my favorite when I was a kid, because candy, but also because it was a little bit scary. The days were getting shorter, and I don't know, when I was a kid I always thought it was cool that it would be like 3:30 and it'd be pitch dark out when you look out your classroom window. I don't know, that's probably just a me thing. But taking the same brush, I'm going to go into Fierce, that red orange metallic shade from Devinah. And somehow these blue and red shades just work together. I mean, I know blue and red make purple, but like, I mean, these just sort of work really well together on their own and blending into each other. And so far I've used 3 different brands. Of course, Makeup Geek has gone bye-bye, but still, their quality was pretty amazing. And of course, Devinah cannot beat for shimmers and just stunning sorts of shades. And I think Dandelion has done some really beautiful mattes and shimmers in their collections. Sort of an up-and-coming small indie brand. I'm gonna grab a little bit of the NYX Glitter Glue for some of these Copacetic shades. Because they can be very, well, I mean, they're known for their flakies, but very flaky. So I would like them to stay on, and also just to amp up some of the shimmer and shine. I don't want this to get too deep and dark, but we might already be there, so. My skin has been so dry lately, just with the changing of the seasons and going from cold to warm to cold to warm. It's just been flaky and dry, and so I've had to switch up some of the things that I've been using. I've had to switch up my eye primer to something a little more hydrating. I've had to switch up my base to something a little bit more hydrating, and just switch to a little bit lighter makeup, just so you don't see all the, so it doesn't catch on all the flakes, or just so it's not so noticeable. But yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle lately. My eczema has come back. My hands have been really hurting, so. But all in all, just been trying to, even with the havoc that the changing weather wreaks on my body, it always has, it always will. It's just the way I'm made. I have just been trying to enjoy just all the sights and sounds. Right now, all the students are back. I live in a college town, so all the students are back. It's homecoming weekend, so it's been fireworks, football, all kinds of things going on outside in the parks. And I live in the downtown area, so I get to see quite a bit of that and experience all the joy that is out-of-towners coming back and not knowing where they're going. And, you know, sort of the streets have become a little bit more crowded. And, you know, I don't mind that. I've got my 2nd booster, so my 4th shot, and I got my flu shot. So, you know, I'm feeling pretty confident going out. I know I've seen, since school started, I've seen a lot more people come back wearing masks, and I think that's good, if that's what you're comfortable doing. I'm glad that that's a bit more acceptable now. I just put Kiana from Copacetic Cosmetics all over the main part of my lid. And let's see. Now I'm going to go in with this sparkly saffron. It's one of their sparkly flaky shades. And I'm just going to put that right over the center, just to sort of give that glow to the center lid. So pretty. And then I'm going to go in with Dandelion's Dryad. This is a beautiful blue to gold duochrome, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner. Then I'm going to go in with, I can't remember what any of these are called, Dabster, because it's been so long. It's been so long since I used them. That's why I can't remember what any of these are called. So this is Dabster. It's this metallic steel gray. I'm going to do that to line my eyes. I've been doing really, really well on my purchasing. I did a whole video about all the kind of stuff that I'm saying no to right now. Personally, for me, that's just been empowering. Like, there's still tons of things that I want to add to cart. Like, I'm really anxious to get a bunch of candles from one of my favorite candle companies, which is Boy Smells. They have a new collaboration with Grace Jones, and they've re-released some of their Halloween scents from last year, and I feel like I might have to go on to Nordstrom today and add to cart. But as far as makeup, I've been doing really well. Just appreciating the things that I have right now. And I even am saying no to brands that I usually love. I saw Viseart released both of their city palettes, their city Etoile palettes, the San Francisco and the London, and I mean, it's been hard not to add to cart, but it's also just been like, I can see that, and I can see that I don't need it, and maybe if I'm feeling like treating myself at some point, I can add that. But I think I would like to try and pan some of my Viseart shadows before I go get another one, just because I do have so many brown mattes from them. I have so many brown mattes from Viseart in all different sort of tones and depths and finishes. It's just I looked at the San Francisco one, and as beautiful as it looks with that like teal matte shade in it, it's just like a lot of it is just sort of like coppery warm tones all around it, and I feel like I have those. And then the London palette, it's a purple palette, and there's more purple shades in that than there are teal shades in the San Francisco, but I also just feel like I have the Violette, so I'm kind of set for my purple shades, plus I have the Soleil, which had quite a few deep shades, and I also have the Editorial Brights, which has those bright purple shades in it, so I'm feeling a little bit set. I mean, it's a little bit sad because I really do want the packaging, because I love those silhouettes. I love skyline silhouettes, but honestly, I don't need it. And the Petit Pro Paris Etoile is still available, even though that was limited edition for holiday last year. You can still get it, so I don't feel a rush to run out and get it. So like I said, I have been feeling very dry lately, so I've gone back to my Le Beige Water Fresh tint from Chanel, and as you can see, this is very well loved, and going through it very quickly, which is incredibly sad because it's expensive, but luckily it's still available on Ulta, so I can either pick it up with points or get points for picking it up. So it's not too bad. I have been using my Devinah Myricks Blurring Balm Powder, and I've really been enjoying using that again. It's felt a little bit too drying lately for me because it is balm. So even though it can feel really balmy going on, it does eventually sort of dry down to a matte, to a thicker matte, and just tends to catch those dry patches on your face. So I switch back to this because it is just super hydrating and just super light. And I'm even thinking about going up to like the medium light shade in this, just because I think the light shade matches me, but I also just kind of feel like it's maybe just a little too light. But again, the coverage is not huge, so there's that. Yeah. but I still have to finish this one before I go into a new one. And I would also sort of like to use up some of the other stuff that I have. I still have some number 7 foundations that I really love that are very hydrating, and I do have my Anastasia foundation, which is like my perfect shade. It's gonna be a while before I go into purchasing something. I did finish up my Flower Beauty concealer, so I am onto my Anastasia concealer, which is nice because I do like this. It's a little bit thicker, it's a little bit brighter than the Flower Beauty that I use, the color Vanilla that I use. So this is a little bit brighter than that. So you do get a little bit more of a starkness under your eyes, but I've been learning to work with it a little bit better. I think this does work better when you're using a heavier foundation under it, or at least like a thicker foundation with more coverage, because this does have quite a bit of coverage and brightening, but it's been working so far pretty fine for what I need, and I've been able to sort of bronze up my face a little bit more and use this to sort of cover up the red spots that the Chanel foundation, Chanel Water Fresh Tint doesn't sort of get to. So, and I'm back to using my fingers instead of a sponge. I've been doing that pretty much all summer. I don't know, it just seems to work. I think because I switched to the Water Fresh Tint with that brush, and then I just didn't feel like wetting a sponge to just go in with my concealer. And of course with the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm foundation, I use that with my fingers also, so it's just been easier just to go in with my fingers. Of course you have to remember, well, even when I use a sponge, I have to remember to wash my hands so I don't. You ever forget to wash your hands after you do your makeup, and then you go to work and you wonder why there's just like a sheen of like white all over your mouse, and you realize it's just a gross buildup of makeup from your hands? Yeah. I'm gonna go into KIKO here, Copacetic, and just do a little bit of lining under my eyes. Gives a little bit of goth definition to the eyes. And just because I haven't used it and I just want to use, you don't have to use every shade in your palette, but I just want to use this one right here called Samhain from Copacetic. It's one of their flakies. It's got a deep dark base with just some deep red glitters in it. I'll just put that on the outside here. Got a little bit of silver glitter in it, a little bit of just deep darkness. It's kind of a purple, but it's just kind of deep. So, and the Maybelline Sky High mascara. And then underneath with my KIKO Milano Blooming Perfecting Powder, Blossoming Beauty Blooming Perfecting Powder. Why does everything have a 5-mile long name? And then we're gonna bronze up, and I'm super excited about this. This is the Physicians Formula Bread and Butter Bronzer in Toasty Grille, and I hit pan on it this week. So excited. You can see it, it's right there. I'm so excited. Honestly, I go through bronzer like nobody's business. I think that's why I have so many of them. And this one is super light, so I use it quicker than most of the others. And it's nice because with this one you can just kind of go all over with it, and it just kind of deepens up the skin tone, or my skin tone anyway. It just kind of deepens up my skin tone and gives a little bit of dimension without looking too stark. In the summer I really love a reddish, orangish bronzer without going full tangerine, but right now Just feeling like something a little bit subtler, especially when you're using a dark eye, because you would kind of like that to stand out a bit. And it does smell really nice. It's not quite the butter bronzer scent. It's a little bit sweeter, but it's not freshly baked bread like they're trying to, like, this is not. We used to have a bread bakery here in my town, and you would drive past that and you would smell the bread, you would smell the yeast. That's not what this is. This is very sweet. It's not that coconutty pina colada smell that butter bronzer usually has. So exciting when you hit pan on things. Yay! I don't know why, it just is. Then I'm gonna go in with the butter blush from the, this is depotted from the Casey Holmes palette. This is Copper Cabana, and I've just been enjoying this as a deeper coppery blush. Then I'm going to go in with Tropical Sands from the Greatest Hits palette. It's the butter highlighter. I've been using this all week since I bought it, so it's been really working for me. Not as bright as the original, but it's just been working for me. It's pretty safe, I guess. It was a little disappointing, but it works. Just blends in really nicely. Okay, so this is almost done. I just went and washed my hands, so now I'm going to go in with my lip combo that I've been really enjoying. So this is, I've actually been using a different lip liner, but it's this sort of tone. And this is the Fix Lip Pencil from About Face Beauty. This is False Alarm, one of my newest ones from them. So that's just to give a little bit of color to my lips, and then I go over with the Pumpkin Spice Latte. This is the collection last year from Buxom for fall, so this is the Buxom Full On Lip Cream Pumpkin Spice Latte. Smells so good. And I've just been enjoying using this peachy orange shade with a little bit of a deeper redder undertone underneath it. So I'm going to try to get out the door and enjoy a bit of a walk around town and enjoy some of the day. And I hope that you enjoyed seeing me use some products that are already in my collection. Let me know what you think about this look. Let me know if there are any new makeup releases that are really interesting you right now, or maybe just fragrance, or, you know, even luxury. Let me know. I'd be interested to hear what you are into, and makeup wise. Important caveat, makeup wise. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome, and all of them would be appreciated. And I will see you in the next one. Wow. I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.